Let's talk about Resident Evil series on Netflix. Welcome to Mirror Domains, your place for entertainment headlines. And today's show's going to be a little bit different, guys. We're going to be mostly talking about Resident Evil and the series that just debuted on Netflix. I binged it all yesterday, all 8 episodes. So, guys, this will be like spoiler talk. This is for people who've seen the entire series. And I guess I'm going to tell you this straight up. I didn't hate it. Actually, I kind of liked it. And I know that's going to come to some of you out there as a kind of like a, oh, well then this guy's, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because this is not Resident Evil. This series is not Resident Evil at all. And it's kind of like, well, guys, if that's your stance, and if you didn't give the series a chance, then I can't, it's going to be hard to communicate with you. But I'll tell you this. People who said, oh, it needs to be more like the games and it's got to have all of these characters in it. Well, we got that. It was called Welcome to Raccoon City. Was it a year and a half ago or something that movie came out? And it was not good. Oh, it was awful. It was some of the worst CGI I've ever seen. This, however, Netflix Resident Evil series was not some of the worst CGI I've ever seen. In fact, some of the CGI was pretty good. And it was brutal. Very, very brutal. I was shocked, actually, on how brutal it did get. Especially the chainsaw scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. That chainsaw scene. Ooh. And we got our monsters. We did get our monsters in there. We got, that thing there in that poster. But we got that big worm. We got a crocodile. We got spiders. The dogs too. We got the dog. So, guys, I want to know your guys' opinions. What was your initial opinions from watching the Resident Evil series? Because I'll tell you, as I said, I didn't hate it. Now, I haven't taken a gauge yet as to what people have said. And I just realized that Chrome probably is not going to be set up here in my OBS because my OBS crashed. So let me fix that. So let's take a look at the tomato meter now for Resident Evil the series. 62%. 27 by the audience. Now, guys, this is what I was saying straight up off the bat. If you were expecting something that was going to mirror the video game straight up off the bat, then this is not for you. And if that's your measuring stick, of course it's not going to live up to what you want. Of course it's not. But if you look at this series as a self-contained idea, I loved it. I thought it was actually pretty good. I thought it was pretty awesome. It made me want to watch the next episode right away, and that's what you should do when you watch one of these series that makes you want to binge. So let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews here, if they've got any. A confusing yet tinged letdown, says The Wrap. New York Magazine says Resident Evil actually feels like a shift away from the 20-year film franchise into new horror territory. Do I agree with that? I do. I'll tell you, okay, let's get into the breakdown of this. Because it's told in 2 separate timelines. It's told in the future, like 2030 something, and then there's the past before the outbreak. So it's before the outbreak and after the outbreak, right? Oddly enough, we never get to see when the outbreak occurs. We just know that it's going to happen. It's because the Umbrella Company, right? But I'll tell you, the 2 actors that played Jade, Ella Balinska and Tamara Smart, because they play the same character but at different ages. She steals the show here, guys. She's awesome. So is Lance Reddick here. He plays like the father of these 2 daughters. And Lance Reddick, let me pull up the IMDb here. Lance Reddick was, and she plays like the evil CEO of the company, and she does a good job too. Like the acting in this, I don't think anybody can complain about the acting. I don't think anybody could. I don't think you could present any case that would say, "Oh, the acting in this was terrible. You shouldn't watch it because it's amateur." No, it's not. It's not. It's actually really well done. And the older Jade, oh wow, these characters are not flawless. They make mistakes along the way. And the older Jade definitely does. The younger Jade definitely makes mistakes. And I think that's what helped me get on board with these characters, because you don't want to see somebody who's totally flawless. Lance Reddick, Albert. Oh my God. What is it? What was the big reveal with him in episode 7? His reveal and what's going on with him. Wow. I didn't see it coming, and that's what's in this series, guys. There's things in here that you're like, oh, okay, so the virus is out, and they got to try to survive, whatever. But no, there's some weird twists in this. As I said, there's a big alligator. Well, there's monsters in this that I wasn't expecting to see. So that was cool. I liked that quite a bit. And as I said, that chainsaw scene. Ooh. I'm still a little bit traumatized by that. Because we saw chainsaw scenes in like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre this year. And it's almost on par with that, with the gruesomeness of it. So, they don't pull any punches. They definitely don't. Simon, dude. Oh, God. This guy gets the short end of the stick. Oh man, I felt bad for him. I really did, because his mother plays the CEO, Evelyn Marcus, Paula Nunez. Fantastic. She plays this evil person. Doesn't care about anything, just about money. What else has she been in? Oh, she's going to be in the Fall of the House of Usher with Mike Flanagan. Awesome. That's great casting. Wow. I can't wait for that now. And I heard that the Fall of the House of Usher just wrapped. So that's awesome. Okay, she was in Magnum P.I. A lot of TV stuff. The Purge. Any movies that I know about? Let's take a look. Not really. It looks like she was in some foreign films here. Some foreign TV shows. So I guess English is not her initial language. But, she was awesome. There's reveals in this. Now, I'll tell you this. Some of the criticisms about this that I had, the first episode, it's a little bit choppy. Because you're bouncing back and forth between the two timelines. It does feel like a bit much. But if you stay with it, it does smooth out. Like there's entire episodes where you're staying on one of the storylines for quite a bit of time. So it's not always that choppy. I think the first episode, they just really wanted to establish the two timelines, so they try to cram in a little bit too much there, I would say. But I'm thrilled with it, guys. I thought it was great. It was a great 8-hour binge, and I was gonna do kind of like a watch along with it, but I don't know what people's initial reactions are. And looking at what the IMDb here says, it's probably not going to be that good. So I'm going to be in the minority by saying that Resident Evil, the series, is totally worth watching. And if this score continues, I guess we're not going to get a season 2, which sucks because Tamara Smart, I wanted to take a look at her. She plays the younger Jade. Tamara Smart. Let's take a look at what she was in. Anything that I may recognize here? Artemis Fowl. That's not a good. The worst witch TV series. So she's not been. She's young. Like she plays like a 14-year-old girl in this. So it's like yeah. So I don't expect her to have a lot under her belt, but she was really good. Yeah, playing the young Jade. Was that Artemis Fowl there? Yeah, she was really good. So, what do you guys think? Let me know. As I said, the performances were good. I like the pacing of it. It did leave a few loose ends, though. It did. Because I think they were anticipating that they were going to have a season 2. And I don't know if I really like that. I'd like to have everything tied up within the first series. So that we just kind of like, well, what if we continued on with that story? What if we did that? But they very obviously left some things open. And I want to know what your guys' thoughts were for the Resident Evil series. Because I'm going to be talking about it for the next couple of days. I'm going to be thinking about it at least. Because it's got some great episodes, guys. As I said, it's not really all that scary, and I know it's not the timeline from the video games. It's got different characters in there. It's got one of the Weskers in there, but yeah, if you're looking for something like a straight-up interpretation of the video game, you're not going to get it in this. But if you put that aside and just watch this, it's kind of like a horror... sci-fi kind of thing. It's actually I really liked it. I really like the Resident Evil series, guys. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it, guys. We don't have too much more on the docket today because I was just going to throw this together. I thought I would rant and ramble on here for the Resident Evil series for like half an hour, but I'm not going to do that. You guys got my impression. Is it as good as Stranger Things? Season 4, no. But it's totally, if you're a horror fan, go and check out Resident Evil the series on Netflix right now, because there's some value in there that won't let you down, especially if you like things, abstract stories like The Outer Limits, the Twilight Zone kind of thing. Just don't expect a video game in this kind of thing. Don't expect that. And if you want to talk about some of the spoilers, I don't mind doing that in the chat, by far. Because as I said, I watched the entire 8 episodes yesterday. I started in the morning and I got hooked. I was hooked. Because I had to know. And it's got good performances. Great performances. Great performances. All right, let's go on and talk about some of the other things that happened this week in the realm of movie and entertainment news. Oh, we do have some articles here about Resident Evil. Let's take a look at what some of these are. Let's take a look at some of these. Why that character is important to Resident Evil Season 2. Well, they did drop a little Easter egg. It's Claire, right? Is that what they dropped a name for Claire? Yeah. No. Yeah. Because as I said, the only real tie to the games was the Wesker name, even though it wasn't Wesker, because Wesker was a cop, wasn't he? That's the way I remember it, but maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing here. Anyway, yeah, they dropped some Easter eggs in there. Ada Wong. That's right. Who's Ada? Yeah, because at the end, they were given a little note to go find that person. Yeah. Ada Wong. Right. That's right. And hey, if they start tying in some of the other characters into the series, well, I don't even know if they're going to get a series 2, which kind of bums me out because, as I said, I really enjoyed it. And I just wish they didn't leave a few loose ends. But overall, I was satisfied. And as I said, these 2 young girls, fantastic acting. There's a scene where they're sitting in a in a Olive Garden, and they're very uncomfortable with their company, people, other people sitting at the table, and they go from, you can just see that doubt enter their eyes, and they play it so well, and they eventually, it's kind of tragic because they are sisters and they turn on each other at some point. Yeah, awesome. It was awesome. I liked it. But will Ada Wong be in the next one? Hopefully. Hopefully they tie in some other characters. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. If that 27% on the the tomato meter doesn't get any better, I'm going to have to watch other people's reviews. And it's not going to reflect the way that I would. But guys, I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. The entire series as a whole. It's quality. It's not anywhere near 27%. I'm guessing that these people, they were wanting the video game and you didn't get it, so they're just kind of like automatic thumbs down. Variety says here, fans of the series of the genre may find some enjoyable moments amid this apocalyptic tale. Reddick also gives a dynamic performance as the show progresses, and he does do that. He's the father. But his absence from scenes leaves viewers hungry for more. So are you saying the show is good, or are you being sarcastic? I'm saying it's good. T Colic says in the live chat. I'm saying it's good. These people, as I said, I think most of these people are just expecting the video game. Just if you just need to put that aside and think about it as just kind of like its own thing, and there's a lot of value in there. What caused the zombie outbreak in Netflix's Resident Evil? Well, it's the T-virus. The guys, you know it's the T-virus. They're trying to create this new drug, this kind of like antidepressant, and that has the T-virus in it. You assume that they bring that out. What was it called? Joy? They called it Joy. But yeah, I liked it, and there's certain scenes, there's certain sequences in it that are sticking with me a day after, and that's good art. That's what good art's supposed to do, right? It stays with you for a little bit. It makes you go, Albert Wesker actor wants Jovovich Alice in Resident Evil Season 2. Well, that'll be cool. Yeah, as I said, if they do get a Season 2, then yes, you can start bringing in some of these other characters. Mia is awesome. She was never the problem with the Resident Evil series. She wasn't. It was her husband that drove the series into the ground with his terrible editing. You couldn't stick on a shot for more than 2 seconds. Hey, I'm walking down the road here, but let's cut to this angle and this angle and this. It's kind of like, wow, no, it's too much. I can't handle it. Yeah, that's what happened to the Resident Evil movie series, but it'll be cool. And knowing what happens to the Weskers, Albert there, Bert. Yeah, Bert can be back. We'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see, because I as I said, I'm shocked. I'm shocked to see the tomato meter score there being so low. I really am, because it had value. There was some good stuff in there, guys. Don't believe whatever some of these haters are gonna say about it. In short, Netflix's Resident Evil is a bloody great time. So that's a good review. Let's take a look at a bad one. This is Resident Evil if it was made by the CW. A lot of the show is unrecognizable from the video. Well, yeah, see, again, there's somebody who holds this up to wanting to be a representation of the video game. And you got that, guys. You got that in Welcome to Raccoon City a couple of years ago, and nobody went to see it because it was awful. The actors are doing a good job, but this series has nothing to do with the RE. Yes, it doesn't. It really doesn't have much to do with Resident. Well, it's got the T virus. It's got weird monsters in there. It's got the zombies. I liked it, guys. That's all I'm gonna have to say about it. And I hope you guys give it a chance. This is not Resident Evil, a bad script with shameful scenes. No, it's not. And the zombie stuff, you thought they would go down that road of Walking Dead, that it's not really the zombies we have to be worried about, it's other humans. They don't do that. They don't do that at all, guys. So it's mostly about the fallout of what happens after, right? And if you like the trailers, I think you'll like the series Resident Evil. All right, I've rambled on for that for a little bit too long now, guys. And as I said, guys, I'm harsh. I'm a harsh critic. I demand a certain quality from acting, directing. If you know anything about my 5 factors, I'm always looking for those. And Resident Evil, the series, had a lot of good qualities in it. So that's all I'll say. Is it the story people wanted necessarily? No. But it did have some good qualities. All right, let's move on to this Lily Allen movie. What's going on here with this Lily Allen? She's an actress? Cool. Lily Allen, Freema Agyeman to star in Sky Original comedy Dreamland. I didn't know that Lily Allen was an actress. Oh, she's a singer and performer. Okay, cool. Do I have an album? I do have one of her albums. She's awesome. I like Lily Allen quite a bit. Her brother was in Game of Thrones. Did you guys know that? Her brother was he died trying to defend Bronn from the not the Lich King, from the Ice King or whatever, the bad guy there, and he got his twig and giggleberries cut off by one of the bastards. Yeah, that's her brother. But anyway, I digress. So she's acting. Cool. She was in How to Build a Girl. I might have to check that out now. Huh. Set in the sun-drenched British seaside town of Margate, it is a dark comedic exploration of multi-generational relationships and their somewhat dysfunctional family. What the heck? Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, let me deal with this. I haven't had to deal with one of these in a long time. So, guys, if you're doing a live stream, let me show you how I deal with this. So, what you do is you highlight their names, you copy it, you go over to your own YouTube settings, and I'm going to do this live because, I don't tolerate this kind of nonsense at the live chat. And I like to nip it in the bud as soon as possible. So, I'm just logging into my YouTube account so you guys can see what's going on here. Settings. Community. And we paste. See how many, look how many people are, like, you just paste it in here, guys. Paste the name in there. Why are you not? All right. That's done. So there. I never understand these kinds of spammers. Like, if you're watching somebody's live stream and you see that, are you kind of like, ooh, I'm going to check that out? No. Like, did IQs just drop down to like 5% or something? No, you would never click on that. Because, you like, man, you'd have to be in a deep, dark, shameful place if you ever thought that anything like that would work for you. No. Anyway, where were we at? We just finished talking about the Lily Allen movie. Did we get a release date on that? Dreamland. Will pop singers Allen's debut role. Okay. 6-episode series. So it's a series. It's not a movie. Okay. Well, Lily Allen, give her a chance. I will anyway. The Gray Man. Apparently, guys, early reviews are out for The Gray Man, starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, an action film of two kind of spies facing off with each other. It's coming out on Netflix next week, and we're going to do a full live watch along for it. Tinkering with the spy action wheel rather than reinventing it. This is a pacey, ruggedly entertaining romp with a punchy pair of lead turns from Gosling and Evans. Well, that's what you're watching it because, hey, they're going to fight each other. That's what you want to see, right? But apparently, man, these early reviews have been kind of harsh. 51% by the critics, 89% by the audience. Now, guys, it's not out yet here in Canada, but next week we will be watching it. So let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews for The Gray Man. Let's take a look at some of the good ones here. For all the bluster and ever-appealing Gosling brand reticence. Irish Times here. Reticence. Do you think the layman knows what reticence means? One can't help but pine for the relative complexity of the Fast and Furious sequence. That gives me pause. Let's take a look at the bad one here. Netflix's charmless new action movie is a veritable tag cloud of keywords adapted into a lump of generic subscriber bait. Veritable. Guys, these adjectives are just, yeah, we get it. You went to school for journalism. Ugh. While it eventually becomes watchable, it spends most of its runtime being visually and emotionally indecipherable. Hey, if you're going to use these kinds of words, I'm going to make as much fun of it as I can. Because I can't remember when the last thing that I ever wrote was indecipherable. Joe and Anthony Russo's use of drone cameras is genuinely fascinating. Okay, well, we saw that in the trailers, that it looked like it had some very interesting cinematography. And it's from the Russo brothers, who did Endgame, but they haven't had much success away from the MCU. The Russo brothers. I'll tell you what gives me pause about The Gray Man. It almost has to do something with Ryan Gosling, too. Everybody saw the trailers for Drive, and you were expecting like a high-octane action film from Drive. But that's not what it was. It was kind of like a noir, a very slow-moving crime drama. Because the trailers didn't do any justice to the movie. And I hope that's not what's happening here with The Gray Man. Because The Gray Man looks like it had a lot of action. I like the cast. Ryan Gosling Chris Evans, but you also have Ana de Armas, J. John Page, Billy Bob Thornton. So, if The Gray Man is not an action film, but more of a slow-paced drama thriller, not even a thriller, like a slow-paced drama, they messed up then. They messed up in the marketing for this. Kind of like what just happened with Liam Neeson in, what was that, the Black Light? Because that wasn't an action movie. That was a noir kind of slow-paced bad guy versus good guy kind of thing. Yeah, that gives me pause. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. The Gray Man Buzz. Should we lower our expectations? I think so. All right. The Gremlins. This is just fun. This is a fun story. Gremlins director says, Joe Dante says, Baby Yoda was completely stolen from his gizmo. Well, yeah, I can see the comparison because of the big ears, but come on. There's been talks about a Gremlins 3 for the ages now, and it just hasn't materialized. Guys, you've had the Mogwai, you've had the Gremlins property for decades, and you didn't capitalize on it. Mandalorian did. So there you go. You get that's what you get for sitting on your hands, man. Because yeah, Gizmo can sell a lot of sorry, I was distracted by voluptuousness. Gizmo can sell a lot of the toys there too. Like, people find them cute and stuff. And I hope that eventually someday that Gremlins 3 will eventually shamelessly borrow. Now that's a little bit that's stretching. I don't know about that. If it shamelessly borrowed it. It's just fun. What do you guys think about that story? Let me know in the comments below. All right. What else is out there right now, guys? All right. Let's talk about this TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a fan of them. There's a fan film out, and I watched it. It brings The Last Ronin to life. Now, I didn't read that story, but I know conceptually that what it's sort of about. It's like Raphael, after, I guess, the rest of his team died. They either died or they left him, and he's all by himself. And I think that's what the story is. But there's a fan film out. It's a CGI, and it's just a quick little 4-minute video, and it's mostly kind of like voiceover. It's mostly like a inner monologue that he's having, but it's really well done. Like the CG looks fantastic, and I totally recommend it. That if you guys have the chance, check it out. Whoops, why is that not working? Oh, it's got a different aspect ratio. That's why. But yeah, it's well done, and he's just kind of sitting there having kind of like an inner monologue with himself, and check it out, man. Check it out. What channel is it on? Speedo Kagan. Let's see what some of the comments are here. Wow, truly amazing. See what happens when, yeah, that's what I said. See what happens when you take their storyline seriously. Awesomeness. And that's what I said. Yeah, because as much as I was hoping that they would do Bebop and Rocksteady well, it was cool to see them. Oh, they just made them too cartoonish. Make it serious, guys. And the kids will come along with it. They will. You don't need them to be hammy all the time. Michelangelo Being Ronin was an amazing series. Was it Michelangelo? I thought it was Raphael. Maybe it was Michelangelo. He was always most gifted. I need to find this book and read it. If anyone else read the comics, but he was a master at their weapons, and why Splinter gave him the nunchucks because it was supposed to be the hardest to master. So that's Michael. Cool. Wow, that gives me. I always thought it was Raphael, but I guess maybe I got the lore messed up there. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah, it's got that emotional punch to it, guys. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. The Last Ronin animation. Because I do like the TMNT, and I think there's a lot of good story there that could be told. Once again, just like Resident Evil, there's things there that you can just latch onto, develop it. It may not be the story that everybody wants to see, but it can be well done, and that short from the TMNT is totally worth watching. All right, we're rounding out the show here, guys. What's this Bob Chapek? This will appease some people out there. Ex-Disney CEO thinks Bob Chapek was a terrible decision. Bob Iger. Bob Iger was the CEO of Disney, and then he handed off the reins to Bob Chapek. A lot of people are not happy with Chapek. It'll give some people out there fuel to rant. But, I mean, the writing's on the wall. It was always on the wall there. Chapek has made some very questionable decisions with bringing in people that are not necessarily battle-hardened in the entertainment realm. He's brought in more business people who care about numbers and spreadsheets over, trying to develop talent like a Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige would never have been brought in by a Chapek. We can thank Iger for that. So, yeah, I guess some people, they'll rag on that. Mostly, I still scratch my head a lot of times thinking about what are you guys doing with Lucasfilm? It boggles my mind. Because Mandalorian has been good, but the movies, guys, you were planning to have a movie every year, if not every 2 years, and now it's kind of like stalled out. It's kind of like fizzled out. And we know that the Taika Waititi movie is supposed to come out next year. I don't see it happening. And if somebody said that he gets fired in the next couple months, that's the kind of drama that Chapek is responsible for, because it's under his control now, and he can stop it anytime he wants. But he does weird things like re-signing somebody who's in control of Lucasfilm for another 3 years, and you're like, what? Why? Seriously? Yeah. All right. I'm running out of gas here, guys. Let's. Okay. I know some trailers dropped, so let's talk about these trailers first, and then we'll go to the old Twitter roundup, because I know that some people will like to hear my thoughts on the Monsters trailer. Oh God, guys, if you've been following the channel, you know that I've been following the Monsters now for quite a bit. I follow Rob Zombie's Instagram feed. I don't know what to make of it, man. I don't know what to make of this trailer, because it's awful. It's the acting in it is way subpar. And I know some people out there are going to be afraid to say that it doesn't look good. Guys, as I said, I'm a harsh critic. I am. This looks awful. This looks. And I hate to say it. I do. I really do. I was hoping that Rob Zombie would show us something intriguing. And, well, it's definitely intriguing, but it's intriguing in a bad... Like, look at this shot. What is this? You got some light over here, like the composition is like it's terrible. But they're trying, and Sherry Moon, she's doing like a weird Elvira impression or something. Oh yeah, it's not good. I don't see this hitting the theaters. I see this going straight to streaming, and hopefully it'll be quietly buried. What? It sucks. Because I was just kind of like, I liked all the promotional images that we were getting. It was kind of like, oh, you got a really interesting cast. Oh, but the trailer's awful. Like, yeah, what the heck is that? A slide whistle? Seriously? Oh my God. Well, you'll say, well, didn't you watch the TV show, James? Oh, I did. It lasted for what, 2 seasons? 3 seasons? It wasn't, guys, it wasn't high art to begin with, but I mean, I'm not at a loss for words, really. Yeah. What's another trailer that dropped? The Orphan 2. Julia Stiles. I like this trailer. But people have to know that this is a prequel. This is not a sequel. This is a prequel to The Orphan, and she's looking her age. She's supposed to play like a 12-year-old. She still looks young, but I mean, she's still, like, when she smiles, you can see like the wrinkles in her eyes, the smile lines. So yeah, she looks her age. But you know what? I'll give it a pass, because I'm still intrigued by this. The Orphan First Kill. I don't know about you guys, but seeing Julia Stiles in the movie again is just amazing. So she's so and she is. Julia Stiles is totally underrated. It's been a while since the last time I saw her on the big screen, and she plays the mother. Yeah, she's looking her age there. But I like the trailer. And I'm still intrigued by this. Like this, where you watch the Monsters trailer and you're like, ooh, this one, you don't have that kind of reaction to it. The Orphan 2. It looks like she's going to kill some people. Well, that's what she did, right? Because if you ever saw The Orphan, the first one, you know that Isabella, what the heck is her name? Isabella something. She's a good actress. So and Julia Stiles playing the mother. Yeah, I agree with the sentiment that it's going to be cool to see her back on the big screen. Really underutilized in that Bourne series. Really underutilized. She is a great actress. Honestly, she does look older, and I don't think it's going to be as good as the first one. But I'm still excited to see this. Think she's a good actress. Yeah, so that's the same sentiment that I just said. You know, that's what people are saying here. The actress playing Esther, she is really awesome. So yeah, that's what people are saying. And if you watch the trailer for Orphan 2 First Kill, what are your thoughts? Are you anticipating this? Yeah, there's a shot there where she looks up. Yeah, she's like 26 now or something. Very interesting. All right, guys, it's 12:47. Yeah, as I said, I'm running out of gas here. Let's take a look at the old Twitterverse, see if I missed anything. If you guys have any other comments that you want to talk about, let me know in the live chat, and we can definitely talk about it. Let's pull up the old Twitterverse here. Beyonce called out Austin Powers' marketing team for making her too skinny. Too skinny? What? One of the movie's posters, so they ended up redoing the poster. She says, "You made me too skinny. It's not me." What? She was too skinny. Beyonce does have curves. Good curves. Oh, James, you can't say that. Oh, don't be a don't be a ogre. Okay, well, I guess Beyonce didn't like the marketing. Adam Scott joins Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney for Madame Web. Adam Scott. Interesting. You know, this Madame Web, I like the cast for this. This is the spin-off series that's going to be like the Spider-Man villain. Dakota Johnson is going to be playing the lead role in that. And she was just in the bomb. Persuasion, that came out on Netflix. That bombed hard. Oh yeah, Persuasion just bombed hard. I haven't watched it yet. I'll give it a fair shake though. But Adam Scott joins that cast. Interesting. Oh yeah, and Where the Crawdad Sings opens up this week, guys, and I'm going to go see it tomorrow morning, I think. Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow morning. Because here, if you go see it in the morning, then you get to see it for like half price. But that's where I'm going to go see that. I don't expect a lot of people to be going and clamoring for this, but it looks like the Thursday night previews gained at 2.3 million in revenue. That's good. Hey, it's got a song in there from Taylor Swift, so I'll be checking that out. Daisy Edgar Jones. Andrew Garfield will star as Richard Branson in limited... What? Dude, I thought you just said that you wanted to take time off for family. Now you're going to be in a new project? The Boys. Kiernan Shipka. Okay, I don't know who that is. Kiernan Shipka. Christian Coppola. I don't even know who this girl is. Why are you showing me this? Chris Pratt shuts down speculation that he will play Indiana Jones. I know I once saw a quote from Harrison, and it was enough to scare me. When I die, Indiana Jones dies. And I'm like, I'm going to get haunted by the ghost of Harrison Ford if he dies if I play. But here's the thing. I think they should do more Indiana Jones, and they should recast him. Is Chris Pratt the guy for it? Like 7 years ago, I would say, yes, he was. But he's getting a little bit older now. And that really showed, especially in Thor, Love and Thunder. The one guy that I thought that could play a good Indiana Jones was actually this guy, Andrew Garfield. He's got that swagger about him, that he can pull off that cheekiness. But if he put on the glasses and he was the Professor Jones, he could also pull that off as well. And he's the age right now that I think he would be my pick to pick up the Indiana Jones role. Not Pratt. But I could see that he's got the same. Not the same. Like Harrison just has that charisma about him. It doesn't matter what he's doing. Even in bad films, you want to watch what he's doing. Yeah, and Pratt doesn't quite have that. Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, Instagram. Okay. Looks like they're going to, I don't know what the heck that is. Stranger Things premiered 6 years ago today, did it? Daniel Kaluuya was on that Hot Ones. You guys like watching that show of them eating hot wings? And some of them I'm kind of like, yeah, I like wings. I like wings. I like fire and ice wings. That's when you put like the honey garlic sauce, but then you put hot sauce on it as well. That's called fire and ice. Ooh, yeah, that's the way I like my wings. I don't like it so hot that your mouth is burning. Michaela J. Rodriguez. Okay. Don't know who she is. Christopher Maloney stars in new Peloton. He's in his buff. He's in that, not Law and Order series, right? Oh, that's a bit racy. And he was in Man of Steel as not. Was he a general? He says a good death is its own reward. One of the few things that was actually good about Man of Steel. J-Law. I can't wait for her to come back. Yeah, she just had a kid, so I think she took time off to raise her family. So I'm somebody who never ever would get Jennifer Lawrence fatigue. I could watch her in anything. She's just that good. Oh, there's that Gremlins story. Joe Dante. Julia Garner will star in and produce International Jewel Heist series. Okay, she's up for Madonna, right? She's going to be in that Madonna biopic. She was in that Netflix series Inventing Anna and Ozark. Good actress. Really good actress. Because the 2 episodes I watched of Inventing Anna, you hate her. You hate her. Constance Wu revealed she had... After backlash against her 2019 expressed frustration fresh off the boat. Fresh off the boat. I'm not familiar with that. Is that like for immigrants or something? I felt like I deserved to live a bit anymore. Huh. So some people didn't like it. Went through some tough times. I don't like that. Don't like to hear about that. Robert Downey reportedly advised Armie Hammer to go to rehab and even paid for him to spend 6 months there. Well, Armie Hammer, he didn't have a substance abuse problem. He just liked to eat. He liked to eat people. That's not funny, James. What are you laughing about? Sohaila Jacob has joined the cast of Dune Part 2. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that Dune. Oh, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas. Yeah, talking about making family. These two, they've been hard at work making family. And I do, guys, if you ever follow Sophie Turner on social media, she's kind of stopped now that she's had a kid, but she would post these fun stories on her Instagram, making weird, not weird, but like funny comments, because she's British, right? Or so she has like afternoon tea or whatever. So she got into saying like, and that's the tea. She would make weird, like fun stuff. Kudos, good for them. Good for them. And I want to see her in more work too. She needs to be, once she gets back in the saddle again and starts making more movies again, because those X-Men movies, yeah, no, she was good in those movies, but the stories just were kind of like, ugh. Zoe Dutch, not okay. Nope. comes in 1 week, guys. I think that's it for today. Keke Palmer. What? He wants to produce a live-action Barney film? Okay, Channing Tatum is in talks to star opposite Scarlett Johansson in Project Artemis. Again, and talking about actresses that I'll never get tired of watching Scarlett Johansson. I'll never get fatigued because she's just that good. She's up there with Is she my favorite actress? I think she probably is. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson is my favorite actress, followed by Jennifer Lawrence probably, and then I'd have to say either Cate Blanchett or Charlize. Tough call. Yeah, they'd be in my top 5 for sure. All right, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's a quick show today. As I said, I'm going to do... I don't know if I'm going to do the Horror Weekly tomorrow or not. Because I'm going to go see Where the Crawdads Sing. It's summertime, guys. It's my schedule is a little bit off. I'm going to try to marshal it back in next week and be trying to have a little bit more discipline. But you know, as I said yesterday, I was watching Resident Evil all day yesterday. So you just make those priorities. It's summertime. What do you guys think about some of these stories today? Let me know in the comments below, and join us on some of these other social media sites. You can get my straight out of the theater reactions posted there on the old TikTok, and sometimes I post behind the scenes stuff on the Instagram stories. Yeah, all right. See you guys next time for more movie news next week, next Monday. Hey, we're coming back.